Good day, everyone. This is Anand Eswaran, the CEO of Veeam, the world's #1 data resilience company. And today marks a pivotal milestone for Veeam. Together with our primary investor, Insight Partners, we are welcoming new investors through a $2 billion secondary offering led by TPG, valuing Veeam at $15 billion. But this isn't just about the dollars. It's about what this valuation represents. Our customers' trust, the strength of our partnerships, and the relentless innovation of 5,500 plus people worldwide. And this milestone validates Veeam's purpose, safeguarding the digital world with exceptional resilience and intelligence. More than 550,000 organizations across 150 countries, from governments to enterprises to small businesses, trust us to ensure their data is always protected and available. Now, data is the lifeblood of every company. Our mission is to power data resilience. That's seamless integration of backup, recovery, portability, security, and intelligence. And it's not just about protection, it's about enabling customers to unlock data's full potential and thrive. What sets Veeam apart is a combination of innovation, scale, growth, extensive partner ecosystem, and profitability. With over 34,000 plus partners, we deliver the most comprehensive end-to-end ransomware protection in the industry, giving customers unmatched choice. We meet our customers where they are, whether through Veeam as a service, our MSPs and CSP partners, or self-managed software directly by the customers. With an annual recurring revenue, ARR, of $1.7 billion, Veeam is the #1 global leader in data resilience, a market-leading position that results from 18 years of relentless radical innovation. At Veeam, we don't just anticipate the future, we shape it. Thank you to all of you, our customers, our partners, our colleagues, for being part of this journey with us. Together, we will continue to set the standard for data resilience and lead the digital world into a secure, intelligent, and connected future. And today, I'm thrilled to welcome Nehal Raj, co-managing partner of TPG Capital, TPG Tech Adjacencies, and TPG Hybrid Solutions. Nehal, you sound like a really important person, man.
Well, thanks, Anand. It's great to be here with you on this exciting week.
Thank you. So I thought I'd have a few simple questions. First, we are super excited to welcome you and TPG to this journey with Veeam as the lead for the secondary. And so I thought it's a great thing to start with, which is, can you tell us a little more about TPG?
Sure, happy to. So TPG is a private investment firm. We've been in business for over 30 years. We invest across asset classes. Private equity is our heritage, and it's been the biggest asset class. But we invest across real estate, growth equity, infrastructure, credit, and the like. Today, we manage a little over 225 billion of AUM, and we're actually a public company now. So firms like ours have gone public. In many instances, we've been public for just under 3 years. And I think an important thing to know about us is that investing in technology is a core part of what we do. Technology is one of the largest sectors that we invest in. We're one of the most prolific investors in the technology sector, and that's also my area of personal focus. I've been at the firm now for 19 years, and investing in software and technology is what I focus on as well.
That's great. And what has been great for us at Veeam is having TPG as a partner, because you're not just an investor, you're actually involved with the companies you invest in their journey of growth as well. And that is a core differentiation which I think you bring to the table, which we're pretty excited about now.
Thank you. Yeah, that's an important part of what we do. We have many operating resources that our portfolio companies and management teams often take advantage of. Our philosophy around these is more pull, not push, meaning we like to have these resources available so that if management teams are in need of extra help, they can request it. but we're never going to be in a position where we're pushing help onto the companies. And most of our management teams, like that approach where they have access to our resources, but only when needed.
Absolutely. So the area we belong to, and this has been such a hyper growth area on how we create data resilient solutions for the industry. But the foundation of all of this is data. So I thought it's great to start and sort of have you share your perspective on data resilience, and how TPG looks at this space.
Absolutely. We are, I would call us thematic top-down investors, meaning the way we go about making investments is we identify areas of the economy that we're excited about, and then we look for the market leaders in each of those segments. And this area of data writ large has been a big priority for us. It's our principal area of excitement around Veeam. And a few reasons for that. Obviously, data in and of itself is exploding. We see data everywhere, and that is only growing at geometric rates from here. But more importantly, we think as a derivative play on all of the advancements in AI, data itself is becoming more valuable and more important. And so finding companies that are either sitting on data themselves or are in the business of protecting data. That's a big theme for us that is actually highly AI relevant. The other thing we know about data is that it really resides everywhere. Large enterprises have both have hybrid environments that are both in the cloud and on premise, and even the portion that's in the cloud is across multiple clouds. When we're talking about data protection for the largest businesses in the world, we need solutions that are very flexible in terms of where they can protect that data. And the last thing I would note is one of the unfortunate parts about data becoming more valuable to companies is that it's also becoming more valuable, therefore, to bad actors. And so ransomware threats are increasingly prevalent. And I think, unfortunately, for all of us, that's only going to accelerate in this world of AI, where data becomes a prime sort of currency. It's going to create even more ransomware threats. And so companies like Veeam that protect against those types of threats are also highly thematically relevant for us.
Well said. And data is the currency for every digital first business, every modern business. So absolutely agree with that. Now, diving down into Veeam. So in your research, what specifically about Veeam made this investment so attractive to TPG?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned, we start with finding an attractive market. And once we find an attractive market, we then look to all the companies that we can invest in that market. So we establish this as an attractive market. With respect to Veeam, what we saw was a few things that we always look for. First of all, the company has number one market share. And so this is the leader in this data protection segment. Second, we did hundreds of customer interviews, and Veeam really stood out as having the highest customer NPS. So this is the solution that customers like the best, and they have several alternatives, but consistently choose Veeam, and that's the reason why it is the number one player in the market. So great customer feedback, great market feedback. Second, I would say financially, we are financial investors as well. We like seeing a combination of growth and profitability in the companies that we invest in. And you often hear in software investing of rule of 40 being an aspirational target for many companies. Without sharing too much information on Veeam, this is a company that's rule of 50 plus in terms of being high growth and strong margins. And we see that rule of metric actually accelerating at Veeam as its products and solutions become more mature. And so that's very exciting for us. We also couple those financial metrics with a simple one, which is just scale. When you're a large scale business, you have many opportunities for where to go. And Veeam is a very large scale business in software. It's one of the largest private software companies in the world with over $1.5 billion of ARR or annual recurring revenue. The last thing I'd say about Veeam is, as I mentioned, this is a strategic category. We think AI will make this category even more strategic. And we're very excited about the level of innovation that's happening at the company and the new product pipeline that Veeam is developing against this opportunity set.
No, thank you for saying that. And in fact, what we are excited about as we look at the future is even as we are expanding profitability, in the last 2 years, we have almost doubled the percent of revenues we are spending on R&D, on innovation. And so that's what excites me. We've had an amazing trajectory of growth, profitable growth, but we are about to turbocharge the velocity of innovation with this focus of data resilience for our customers. Now, one of the things you said is we did hundreds of customer conversations, and you got great feedback on satisfaction. Any other elements which you heard from your checks with customers, with partners, with analysts, everyone you talked through this process?
Yeah, absolutely. A very important part of our due diligence on any one of these companies that we invest in is the customer feedback, because ultimately, especially in software, that ends up, in our experience, being the determinative factor as to whether the investment will be successful or not. Kind of makes sense. Do customers like the product, and do they like the company? And in the case of Veeam, we found several positive things. As I mentioned, Veeam has very high NPS among its customers, and that is true for small businesses as well as the largest enterprise segment that we speak to. And so that was very positive. Other things that came up in our research is really a best-in-class data protection kind of backbone and heritage at Veeam. So the core product works very well. Importantly, Veeam serves a full variety and breadth of workloads. As I mentioned earlier, data is sort of everywhere, and the bigger enterprise you are, the more chance you have data in multiple clouds and multiple formats, both on-premise and hybrid. And we found that Veeam's solution is the most flexibly oriented to serve all of those environments well. And I think that's very important in the hybrid world that we live in. As I mentioned earlier, we did a deep dive on Veeam's product roadmap, not only product roadmap, but sort of culture of innovation at the company. And as Anand mentioned, one of the benefits of scale is with more revenue dollars, there's more opportunity from a dollar standpoint to accelerate investment in product roadmap and R&D. And that's what we saw with Veeam, and many new products that we can talk about that have us excited about accelerating growth in the future. And the last thing I'll mention, again, we're financial investors. And one question we ask all of our customers is, how do you expect your spend with Veeam to evolve over time? And by and large, I can say customers expect to increase their spend with Veeam for all the reasons that we just spoke about. And so for us, that was the ultimate validation in terms of wanting to make the investment.
Well, that's Nehal, I need to enlist you in our sales process going forward. That was crisper than most people can actually say. So thank you for that. But looking ahead, what is TPG most excited about as a new investor? Are there any key milestones you'll be watching closely from Veeam in the next few years?
Yeah, well, look, first of all, I'll say we're very excited about the future. We are long-term investors. Many of our investments we've been in for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. And so this is a long-term investment for us, and we're very excited about the future for Veeam over that extended time horizon. Part of the excitement is just the market tailwinds. We think the market tailwinds between data proliferation, AI making data more valuable, those tailwinds will make our company here at Veeam more valuable over time. And so we're very excited about the market backdrop over this time period. We think that as a result, one milestone will be a continued acceleration of growth at Veeam, not just continued growth, but continued acceleration of growth rates, because the market backdrop is there and the product roadmap is there to serve what the market needs. And specifically, I mentioned earlier, a culture of innovation at the company. We did a deep dive on the product roadmap, a couple of areas that we're excited about. Recently announced the Veeam Vault in cloud managed data storage. We think that can be over time a multi-hundred million, if not billion-dollar plus product line in and of itself. And second, I mentioned AI being an accelerant in the market. We also looked at many AI-related use cases that the Veeam product team has been working on, in many cases around threat protection and the usage of AI to bolster the efficacy of the threat protection product, as well as co-pilots and other ease of use features for customers as they're using the product. So we're very excited about the AI-related innovation as well. And if you put all this together, a favorable market backdrop, a market-leading company, tremendous scale, rule of 50 plus growth and profitability profile, that gives a lot of possibilities for Veeam in the future. It can continue to grow very prosperously as a private company. It obviously also can be a very successful public company if we so choose, and with the management team down the line to go down that path. And so those are the types of milestones that we're looking at, and we're very excited about these next 5 or 10 years.
That's great. In fact, AI is such a hot topic. It happens to be a topic of conversation with every customer. And we look at AI in 4 different ways now, which is one, how can we make our products better? And you actually referred to it, which is we have, for example, AI-powered threat detection based on all the threat patterns we see, every day. The second is we're working through how are we going to make our customers better in their security posture. And this is where, in partnership with Microsoft, we're creating AI co-pilots across all workloads, which is making a huge difference. But there are 2 other things we're working on, which actually is pretty cool. One is how do we use AI to create better insights of the data we protect for those customers. It's their data, they hold the keys for it, but they can use shared services now that's the key part of our roadmap, how they protect and create insights from the data they protect. And the last thing we're working on, which will actually be really important, no one else is talking about it, which is how do you protect the data, the LLMs, the large language models, which basically fuels AI in the first place. And so that's a large category of data protection we are looking at, but it's pretty cool. Other innovation coming out from Veeam in 2025 on this. So Nehal, thank you so much. Excited for our partnership. Excited to have TPG and Veeam join forces. It's been a great partnership so far with Insight, and I'm super excited about what we do together. And to our listeners, you can find more about how Veeam is safeguarding the digital world with exceptional resilience and intelligence at veeam.com. Thank you for listening.